Russell Wilson and what he did. The game-winning touchdown pass to Jermaine Kearse in overtime was the 6th time he was targeted by Wilson. 4 of those targets, ladies and gentlemen, picks. 1 was an incompletion. Kearse wasn't the only one who struggled, though. Wilson, entire fourth quarter, 0.2 QBR. In the fourth quarter, it was 92.2. And in overtime, 99.5. An unlikely comeback.
These guys on this team are unbelievable, man. The relentless fight over and over again. The people used to doubt, man. I'm just excited to be on this team. I'm excited to play with the guys. I mean, 4 minutes left in the game, 3 minutes, 4 interceptions, and just keep playing. And these guys just keep believing in me, man. You gotta give credit to the Packers. They had an unbelievable season, and it's just honored, man. Just honored, just blessed to be on this team. I just believe guys prepared me for these situations. Guys prepared our team too as well. I'm just like I said, I'm honored to be on this team. I'm going to the Super Bowl again.
Wow, really, really emotional. The Seahawks made the 3rd largest comeback in a conference championship. And Stephen A., you alluded to this when you talked about what Richard Sherman did for the team. But let's talk about Russell Wilson. What did he prove yesterday?
That he's a winner. It's just that simple. You know, he's got a lot of heart. He's not scared. He doesn't shrink in big moments. As a matter of fact, he rises to the occasion. He was god-awful the first 3 quarters, even though a couple of those interceptions were right in Kearse's hands, went right through it. It's not like, you know, he just threw it to the defender. I mean, it hit the man, it hit his receiver in the hand, and it went through him. So I don't totally blame him for that, but he clearly was not on his game. He's had many, many better games, and it looked like all was lost. But when given the opportunity to come back and ultimately close, that's exactly what he did. And I think that it shows a lot, because when you think about Russell Wilson, even though he's clearly a great talent, you don't look at somebody that goes out and just register 300-yard games each and every week. The identity of the Seahawks is their defense, spearheaded by an offense that's led by Marshawn Lynch in the eyes of a lot of people. That's why Richard Sherman and Cliff Averill and those boys told me that it didn't mind. They're going to miss those guys, but they understood why Percy Harvin was gone, or, you know, why Golden Tate was gone, because their identity is about ground and pound, running the football down your throat, letting Russell Wilson make plays when necessary, but primarily relying on that defense. But this defense, the Rough Riders that they are, and yet again proved yesterday that they continue to be, we see why they have so much faith in Russell Wilson, because they know that they can bend, but as long as they don't break and they give this kid a chance, somehow, some way, in the toughest moments, he's going to find a way to come through, whether it be with his arms, whether it be with his feet, whether it be with his decision-making, his poise, etc. He's going to come through. He looked awful, had a QBR 0 for the first half, had a QBR 0.2 for 3 quarters, and then you saw the 92.2 QBR in the fourth quarter. It was money time, and when it was time, Russell Wilson showed what we've been looking for from, dare we say, some other young dudes that came in the league at the same time that he came into the league. It was very, very impressive, but also not entirely surprising. This is what he's capable of doing.
I'm going to echo everything you just said and even try to amplify. I've never seen anything quite like Russell Wilson. His will, his unsinkable iron will, and his self-belief are astonishing to me for a man who is an inch shorter than Johnny Manziel. And for the moment, he is everything Johnny has not been able to be in pro football. This is a man who has been doubted all the way. Even after he was drafted, I doubted he could be a starting quarterback, as did a lot of people, let alone become a star in this league. And Stephen A., what happened yesterday, I don't think I've ever seen before in a game of that magnitude, that a quarterback looked so bad for so long and then was so all-time great in the waning moments of that game. And to me, what happened was that once Green Bay opened the door, Russell Wilson did what he always does. He said, I will win this game. and I will be as clutch as I've been for 3 straight years in pro football. And he was never more clutch than he was yesterday. And my God, he even, when they won the overtime coin flip, goes to Darrell Bevell, his offensive coordinator, and says, I'm going to win the game on a check to Curse. And he did exactly that. He goes 35 yards to Doug Baldwin to set up the final play, which was the next play, and he checks off to Jermaine Kearse because he's single covered on the outside with no safety in the middle, and he threw the pass to me of the year. I mean, is that not the pass of the year? Just right down the chimney to Kearse, who's very well covered at the goal line, and what a beautiful throw and a beautiful catch to seal it and go to the ground with it after all we went through with Dez last week and Calvin Johnson before that. By the way, the Cowboys should have been in this game, but I won't start on that.
That was a catch.
It was definitely a catch, and it was the crime of the century, but I'm going to let that go.
Okay, we'll leave it alone.
So, yeah, whatever. But my point is, that was the throw of the year to me, and he called it. He called his shot. This is a guy who now has a chance to win back-to-back Super Bowls as a, what was he, third-round pick. This is astonishing to me because we've never seen anything quite like this small of a man playing this big in big moments. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he sees over linemen. They finally did get the read option going in the fourth quarter. They had 85 yards between him and Marshawn, which they should have been doing from the start. That's what he does best. But he is their offense with Marshawn, but he makes the big plays. The explosive game-breaking plays are made by that little quarterback, and I don't know how he does it the way he did it yesterday.
Neither do I. But it would have helped for Green Bay to have a safety back there to help, to help Williams cover Curse.
They guessed wrong.
They guessed wrong.
Yep. They guessed Marshawn, and they got Russell Wilson right down the throat.
The third round.